All right. Michael Matthews. I'm running the final game of Chariots of the Gods Alien RPG for Gauntlet Games. My pronouns are he, him. We are using the X card faith tool. At any time, anybody can just put an X in chat or do this in the Zoom, and we can kind of go back, take care of some things. We currently have our veils are harm to children, sexual content, and torture. Our lines are racism, sexual assault, and pandemics. If we want to go, possibly maybe, we missed one person there. We can go through for Cham, Wilson, John, Lara, and then Terry. Go through and introduce ourselves, our characters, and then we'll go over what happened last time and start our final session.
Hey, so my name's Tom, and I'm playing Lyron Chen, or just Chen. Yeah, all my pronouns are he, him, and the same for Chen as well.
If you want to go Brian, John, Lara, and then Terry.
Yeah, I'm Brian, he, him. I'm playing John J. Wilson, the corporate liaison.
Hey, I'm John, use he, him pronouns, and I'm playing Officer Vanessa Miller, she, her.
Hi, I'm Laura, she, her pronouns, and I'm playing Leah Davis, pilot Leah Davis, also she, her pronouns.
And then we have our newest PC.
I think I'm gonna need to reconnect here. Just I'm hoping you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. No worries.
I can't hear you, so.
Put it here. Well, I'll drop that to him when he comes back.
That was strange. It was working before.
Can you hear us now?
Working? Yes.
Mine will occasionally do a little bit of a drop, and then I find if I just go through and I reset, or I just change it to something else and then change it back, that usually does it.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I couldn't hear anyone's introduction, so I was like, this is not good. All right. I am Terry Batley. Go by he, him. I am playing Kayla Rye, who is they, them, and she is she helps out with some of the mechanical stuff, kind of the assistant muscle, and also has a. Oh, sorry, I was playing Kayla Rye. Now I am playing the synth. And I cannot remember her name.
Ava.
Don't have it. Oh, yeah, Ava. Sorry.
And the character there will show up in the
Chronos characters. Yeah, I'm just trying to get the Roll20 up still before I realized I couldn't hear you guys.
You may notice Paul is still stuck in here, like he is in almost every game I run that he's in.
I have like that D&D character that's with another group that's like that too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny that it's a roll 20 thing.
It's consistent with him. This the same guy, like because we played different alien game at Fear to Con this weekend, and he was in that, and I show up here, and he's permanently there. He's permanently in the Usagi Yojimbo I run on Tuesdays. All right, do you want to do a recap of what happened the last time?
Um,
So yeah, what? Oh, Terry, you want to go? Go for
No, you go ahead.
it. Cool. So yeah, Kayla died. What else happened? Okay, no. So on a serious note, so Davis and Miller had done like a crash landing into the cargo deck, the bottom deck of the ship on the Cronus, from this little like loading skiff of some sort. And so they came up there, from there up to the top. But Davis went and checked out the reactor core at some point, and then found a nest of some sort of xenomorph creature. And then most of the rest of the session entailed hunting that creature down on the deck C, the second deck up from the bottom. And then at some point, some of our the crew of the Cronus, one of them actually turned hostile and tried to shoot people. So that person died. I can't remember their name.
It was the Marine.
That was Reed.
Ah, that's right, Reed. Yeah.
And the alien that we were trying to track, I think we just lost it, right?
Oh, it still got away. What did we destroy it?
Because Reed, like, when we were just about to get, like, try and choke point it, that's when Reed lost it and started attacking, and Officer Miller just ran.
I'm trying to remember because it's been a lot's happened in the last week. I think Ava came to life after Kayla had been killed by.
Yes.
I think the Abomination killed.
Yeah.
The Abomination
Yeah.
killed Kelly, yeah.
Kayla was basically holding it off, and that's when he decided to make a run for it, and I was able to hold it off enough that Davis was able to get in there and do the final shot. And then Ava showed up.
All right. Yeah, so I think it was the Abomination was
That's
killed or
right.
Reed was killed.
It was both. Because,
Okay.
yes, Davis got the final shot with, I think it was the assault rifle or the shotgun that had been dropped.
Oh yeah, but you could pick it up and.
Yeah, that's right. And so when Reed dropped the assault rifle, Leah picked it up and boom, boom.
Eat land, alien. Put it. Okay. So we've got Miller kind of back in the room. We've got John sort of nearby with Cham and Davis. And then we have Wilson, Clayton, and Flynn up in the up in Clayton's
Yeah.
suite.
Mhm.
Wilson has just talked Flynn into going into the cryopod in the escape escape vehicle in the corporate suite, and Clayton had some kind of cube of with all the scientific information, I guess, and their next plan was to get the samples from the science lab loaded in.
I think. Did you get the samples already? Yeah, I think you need to
No,
do that. So
not yet.
let's head back downstairs onto C deck. We have got the people who have now just not only killed Reed and the Abomination, but now have met the synth.
So, side note, as the very last act in last session, Cham, who had been with Wilson and the rest of the Cronus crew aside from that, had gone down to try and assist with taking out this abomination. But after realizing that Wilson has not followed him, Chem is going to speed back up the stairwell and just start yelling out, "Wilson!" Because he could swear that he was right behind him.
Like it's like you're in Castaway. Wilson!
Yes, exactly. So yeah, Chem's tearing up the stairs. So
Okay. So I guess down there we've got Davis is down there. Yeah, John's just like, Ava, he survived. They didn't kill you.
Yes. They appear to, for the most part, ignore me.
Damn lucky for that.
Knowing that you have been woken up now, I think that we should maybe use that to our advantage at some point. Because I'm not sure how many of them are still left.
Oh God. I have no idea. Reed just started going nuts and kind of looks over at Davis and I guess Davis is the only other one there. Davis, I don't know if you say anything.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't the whole crew kind of like immunized? Like, weren't we all given shots? And they still turned? Question mark?
And they had all taken it too. Now the one, what happened with the other one is like Cooper didn't attack anybody. It's just the bloodburster like came out of him. And what you're seeing when you look at Reed is like the arms are starting to get like we're a little bit elongated. She's looking a little bit more like the abomination you just killed than the thing that came out of Cooper.
Is there anything else kind of weird about the body or anything?
I mean, just the head seems a little misshapen. At this point, you can see some tears in the clothes where like the limbs were starting to elongate.
So before you guys went into stasis, was there two different types of the things happening, or was it mostly what happened upstairs?
The stuff we saw was bloodbursters. It was those things that came out of the bodies. The thing is, Ava, like your memory banks have been scrambled a little bit.
Yeah.
However, you do recall things like this that were old crew members.
Okay. And this would have been after they went into stasis then?
Yep.
Okay. So I will let them know that there was definitely more of that type of creature. I've seen them walking around. They seem to ignore me. Is there... What would you like me to do? Where can I be of most assistance?
I mean, I guess we need to know how this thing like infects people, because clearly the shots we're getting are not doing much, or not much good for us right now. I guess I don't know if you can scan bodies or like figure out how this kind of thing like travels, moves, infests.
If you take a medic to the med bay, there you can put them in one of the. You've got these pods they can kind of go into. That's a medical pod. They can use it to analyze, do all sorts of things.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, I think that Davis will probably turn to Ava. You want to give me a hand here?
Sure. Would you like me to clean it for you?
No, help me take it up to the med bay.
I meant the pod in the mud bay.
That,
I was like,
yeah,
is this
that'd be.
cyborg literal hand?
Yeah, no, that'd be. Thanks, Ava.
All right. I will assist.
Hey, Miller, what are you doing?
So Miller had just a short temporary freak out alone in the cargo office. It's fine, it happens. I don't know that I've gotten a description of like what's in the cargo office. Is it anything of interest, or is it just, bric-a-brac?
On VDEC cargo office is very likely just sort of stuff. Let me check. Oh, you're on C deck rather. Sorry.
Yeah, C-Deck, yeah.
You are in. You're in. Cargo. Do you go to cargo bay 1?
Yeah, this cargo office. No, sorry.
Oh yeah.
South of the cargo bay.
I see it. So yeah, you can see that the crane is actually operated from this room. You have a viewpoint that's looking out over the vehicle bay, and in the vehicle bay, the tractor that you would use to grab those giant things of that were turning into helium-3, that is now just wedged inside the thing. There's no other vehicles in that particular area, though you are seeing some cargo.
Um,
You are seeing berths where vehicles clearly were, probably when they left, because like some of the other ones have been filled up with stuff. So there's a decent chance they left some of the vehicles wherever they were at. Like they probably left in a hurry.
Gotcha. So there's an access terminal in here.
Mhm.
Will that show me information about the ship, such as what escape pods maybe are still present?
If you want to make a contact roll,
Sure. Comtech, there it is. Submit that.
all right. Yeah, I would go ahead and make a panic roll.
Yeah, uh-huh. I'm gonna have to do something about this panic.
Oh, I guess to a point it's hard to do much about it. Um, at one point there is like as you're kind of going, you hear there's a something falls in the vehicle bay. You let out a scream. This is one that people in the outer halls will probably hear in the distant scream. However, what this does is um, your stress level is reduced by 1, but Davis and John's stress level will each go up by 1. And you look down and you saw that it was basically something that the ship, the tractor, when it came in and hit, had been close to kind of falling over and finally just sort of fell.
Mm.
So, yeah, you did something about your stress level. It is now 1 less. Yeah, the first thing that pops up on there, now you've got 2 of them, so you'll be able to go a bit deeper in. It tells you that all publicly available escape pods have been launched.
Okay.
You dig a bit deeper?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the publicly available seems a weird thing. There's a couple old codes that you know, and you kind of like pretty much hack it a little bit. What it then tells you is Company Agent Clayton's escape pod still intact in good order.
Okay. Okay, cool. So I think from there, our original ship, the I forget the name,
Montero?
Montero, we had the fuel source that was valuable. The Cronus doesn't have any of that, correct?
Yeah, this is a scientific vessel that was bringing in samples and stuff.
Okay. So actually, I'm going to head out from the cargo office, and make my way back up to B deck. I guess using I think there's lifts like right up and to the left.
You got elevators you take up.
Yeah.
So there are a couple elevators, but I will say before that happens, for Davis and Ava, you hear the scream.
I think Davis is probably going to go rush it towards the scream and make sure that Miller's all right. Like, I think that she knew that he had run off. And that sounded like a pretty blood-curdling scream.
John's will run with you. Ava, what are you doing?
Well, I will, given the fact that the crew has gone that way, I will change my direction and head towards the screen and see what's going on.
Wilson, Miller, as you come out of that room, you probably see them like running down the catwalk towards where you're at.
Captain, are you all right? Bloody hell, what's going on? I heard a scream.
It's nothing. I just got a bit spooked. Something fell, and my nerves are they're a little rattled right now. Sorry to startle you all.
Maybe we can find you something in the med bay to assist with that. You seem very stressed.
That would be really helpful. I'm sorry. I don't think we've met. And Miller sticks out her hand and says, "I'm Officer Miller from the Montero."
I am Ava, the ship synth. I have managed to survive this time. I'm not completely intact, but I've taken a little bit of damage initially, but for the most part, these beings seem to leave me alone, so I was able to maintain some of the stuff on the ship.
Interesting. They just ignore you. They don't go to attack you.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Well, that's fortunate for you. I think we've already had a couple of bad run-ins with them. But yeah, maybe there's something up in the med pod I can grab. I'll go see to it myself. Davis, what are you working on now?
We're taking a body up to the med lab for scanning.
Oh, okay. Well, seems maybe we're all heading that way. I can help you out with that then.
I was going to clean the scanner when we got there.
Okay, so Miller will assist.
All right, upstairs. One of the things you notice this is shortly before Cham runs up and starts screaming out, starts going, "Wilson!" Clayton, Wilson. Clayton sort of just turns to you and goes, "Who on your crew do you think we can trust?" Oh, Wilson, do you hear me? And she asked you, "Who do you think we can trust?"
In this situation,
Be okay getting this stuff back to Earth?
What's that?
To be okay getting this stuff back to Earth?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Oh, she's like, who do we trust to do not have a problem with us taking this stuff back to Earth, because that's what the orders are. Hey, kitty.
I mean, do we even have room for anyone else? I mean, I thought we only had 3 cryopods in the.
We can at least use some help trying to make sure that we can get a hold of everything, either get it here or we can get this ship repaired and take it back. We know we can trust them. We don't necessarily have to launch on this. And frankly, this ship, if we get it running again, we can actually head back. But I don't know if it's safe. Like this, she kind of points at her pod, this is plan A. You notice behind her, Flynn is like kind of like stripping out of his normal stuff down to underwear to be ready to go in. This is Plan A.
Right.
Plan B is ideal if it's at all possible. We can get this ship there. We not only get there faster, we're not going to be in cryosleep for 70 years again. We don't have to wait for someone to rescue us.
Yeah, I mean the crew doesn't have any other way home other than getting this ship up and running. So I think everyone's on board with that plan.
Make an observation check.
Observation.
Yeah, you sort of notice as she's talking behind her, Flynn has like these patches on his skin that you just sort of kind of see him reach over and itching, and some of the same ones you've noticed on your own. You see his breathing is kind of getting heavier, and his hand reaches out and grabs like a vase that happens to be on the table itself. And there's a chunk as he just sort of because the bottom of it's magnetized. And you see him turn, and like his eyes have gone kind of a milky white, and he's looking at Clayton and looks like he's about to do something. What do you do?
God, what can I do? Um, crap. I will warn Clayton. I'll say, look out.
Yeah.
But then I'm backing out of the room.
Look out! And she sort of turns, and she actually manages to kind of have her arm up, so it catches it. It breaks across, and you see some blood sort of coming down, and like his arms seem like you can almost see them sort of start to stretch, sort of painfully, as this like inhuman howl comes out. At about the same time, you hear Cham yelling at you from further down the ship.
I will yell. Cham is the one with the weapon, so yeah. Cham, Flynn's he's losing it. We need help.
All right. At that point, I think Cham would have just come up to the top of the stairwell, and so he just comes tearing around the side with the incinerator at the ready. And so he just sees Wilson in the corridor outside that room that he hasn't been in before.
Yep.
All right. So, where is he? What's happened? And so Cham will just keep charging towards you, basically, with the if you don't step out the way, he'll knock you aside as he tries to get in the doorway.
More than happy to let you pass.
So as Cham looks inside the room, what does he see?
Right, so yeah, as you kind of get in the room, Clayton's been knocked to the ground. There's like a good gash on her head. You see some like bleeding on the arm. She seems okay, but there is like one of the vents has been ripped off, and you hear like inside of this kind of like going away.
That's it
from you.
Oh, great. That's all we find.
Yeah, basically, like it hit her, and then it fled.
Just going to turn to Wilson and say, "Where's Flynn?" I don't.
He changed. He went nuts, and I guess he went in the vent.
So Cham's going to just sort of like, sort of still in the doorway, look left and right, and think, I'll keep a lookout if you want to tend to her or help her.
Yeah, I want to check on Clayton.
Yeah, she's a little hurt, but she's just like, what the hell happened to him?
I'm trying to think. I don't think Wilson has any idea what happened to our Marine exactly, so
Nope.
no.
All right.
I
So
don't know.
if everyone's in the room now, then Jam's gonna step inside and shut the door behind him.
Okay.
Okay.
So everyone's in the corporate suite.
Sounds like yeah.
All right. He's gonna turn the incinerator on and burn both Clayton and Wilson.
Yeah, make your roll.
All right. I just roll the attack button in the image of the weapon section,
The ranged, yeah.
and it's damage bonus 2, range medium. Okay. There's no modifiers here.
Unless there's one for your the incinerator.
So if I'm attacked or otherwise end up in danger,
Oh yeah, make your
Yeah.
roll. You might actually be able to get out.
I'm gonna
Before
go
that
ahead
happens,
and
but
keep. I'm gonna use Clayton as a shield in order to
Yeah, it's what, a manipulation roll for you.
yeah.
Yeah, because if you do that, like the best place for you to escape here is you could lock yourself into the shuttle, or you could run into. Oh, cool! I didn't know you could roll for the weapon, or you could go into the vent system.
God. No, I can't see Wilson going into the vent system. No way.
It's what your manipulation roll versus.
Okay.
So yeah, so basically, let's see if you can get out of the way before this happens. Oh, wrong one. What is the name of that again?
Personal safety.
Personal safety. Oh, there we go. It's company agent talents. Yeah, so you make just a straight roll.
So it says
It's just a
not
manipulation.
opposed. If you succeed, I find a clever way to make the other character suffer the attack or hazard. I increase my stress level by 1.
Yeah, and then you've got either into the escape pod and locking it, or you can go into the vent.
I guess I just can't see Wilson going into the vent, so I'm in the escape pod and locked.
All right, make your roll. Oh yeah.
I made the roll.
Yeah, go ahead and make your panic roll, but as you kind of rush in,
So do I gain 1 stress for that facehugger on the stress die first, and
no,
then
you gain the stress for doing it, but since you roll the facehugger, you just make a stress roll.
Got it. Okay. And where's that on the sheet?
And yeah, Clayton goes up.
There it is.
Hey, tremble. Start to tremble uncontrollably. All skills rolls using agility suffer a -2. Yeah, you have locked yourself into the escape pod.
Can we still talk?
Oh, yeah.
What the hell are you doing?
So Cham just says, it's nothing personal, Wilson. This is just what needs to be done. And the voice is very different to what you're used to hearing from Cham. And I think if you're locked in the door, though, I think you had the laser. I gave you the laser cutter last session.
Yeah, I have the laser cutter. For what good it's going to do me.
So I think Cham is just going to sling the incinerator off to one side, and just try and kick through the door. I can't imagine that the door to the actual pod room is particularly strong, but we'll see.
Let me double check this on material strength, because essentially those are designed to make it into re-entry.
Okay. This is like the part that will eject out, essentially.
Yeah.
Right.
This is the escape pod that those are going to be fairly thick. Let me see if there is a thing on.
I mean, I'm going to actually eject way before you ever kick through this thing. I would imagine. if this is what needs to happen, tell me why. Let's talk about
A conversation. Once, all right. I think it's just time to make the switch now, Michael, and just I'll just make some modifiers because as if I make the changes on the sheet, all of this should be retroactively applied. Yeah.
Yeah. So now you make the changes on the sheet and get rid of all your stress.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think I'll make one really strong here. What would I just be using?
So here would be close combat. It's got an armor rating, so it'll.
Okay. I didn't see this little checkbox there, but we won't worry about that. And I have 2 story points, and I might use one in this case.
Okay.
No modifiers here, just whatever's on the sheet.
Yep. Yeah, as you hit it, you do some damage to it. Not enough to actually like bring it in, but it does shake it a bit.
So it's really strong to do that, and it's pretty clear that Jem is not like an ordinary person. That he would be. It's not possible for him to do that. So
does it leave a little residue on the window from your knuckles?
A little bit. Yeah. A little bit.
You see some white residue on where the knuckles split a bit as he hit the window.
Yeah.
I'm gonna refill my drink. I can hear you though. What do you say?
So, bam. I don't think Cham will say anything.
Wilson, take 1 stress for seeing that Cham is an android.
Yeah, seems reasonable.
What's your stress now?
6.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
If Cham ejects, there's also John's for you to jump into.
I mean, if it doesn't seem like conversation is going to get Wilson anywhere. If it looks like he's actually damaging this thing, I think Wilson just ejects.
Before you do it, so remember the thing I gave you last time?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a stamina roll. We're gonna see if that takes effect.
Oh.
Okay, at this point, you feel an inordinate amount of rage start to completely go through your system, and Cham from inside, you can kind of see his face start to elongate some. Yeah, you got this huge amount of rage, and you just want to rip shit apart. What do you do?
So, I'll leave Wilson to. Is there a light inside the room that Cham can turn off?
Yeah, you have to go across the room to turn it off.
So am I even able to like open this door?
Yeah, because like this would essentially be like the last bit of your mind that's still you.
Okay.
Do you hate androids, Wilson?
Yeah, and it's Wilson's turn. Are you saying that? Or yeah, well, I don't think.
No,
Well,
I'm just.
You're asking Brian if Wilson hates androids?
Yeah.
Androids? No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Towards the end of yesterday, I gave him the infected thing, which is like a headache and some itching at first.
Yeah, so you just see Wilson grab his head, yell, hit the open on the release on the door, and he'll attack you. Okay, so strength increases by 3. Agility by 1.
That actually puts you, I think, on the same level as an android as far as strength goes.
Really?
And when you go full android, it takes away all your stress. It also adds what does it add to your stats?
+3 to 2 stats, and the stats I need to use here are agility and strength.
Something we looked up that actually happened. So the synth got a hold because the synth in the game on this weekend for Fear the Con. Actually, like they knew he was a synth, but synths because they can't roll stress dice actually cannot run out of ammunition, and that was done on purpose to show that they always have control.
Oh.
Actually, no shit. The incinerator is a bit different. If you can make you start off with I think 5 power for that. Just make
No, the incinerator has 2 reloads.
Oh, 2 reloads. Oh, yeah, that's not power. Yeah, basically you are controlled enough you'll never run out of ammunition.
Sorry.
Actually, both of you make an initiative.
Oh yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. Where's the
And I think was everyone else heading towards the science lab or the med lab? Yeah, Wilson can get out there first before Cham's gonna be able to go.
Is it highest order first? Is that right? Yep. Cool.
All right. I will try to bash your face in with my bare hands. I guess
Make close combat. And in close, you can't push it because you got the thing. That's not gonna work.
Do you have a story point to spend?
I do.
Yeah, you could do that.
Sure.
All right, yeah, Chad, you can also make a close combat roll to see about defending.
Yep. Wow.
All right, you were going to take 1 point of damage.
I'm gonna spend a story point.
Okay. It'll only be 1 point, which wouldn't.
I'll stuff it. Let's keep it going then.
Okay.
So a point of damage. Where do I record my damage?
Yeah, so there's a little damage thing. Now, everyone's got health equal to your strength. So if you just click the first one in health, and just know if you get to the same level as your strength, you're considered broken. That's when you start taking criticals.
No worries.
What are you going to do?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1 step back and line up again.
Yeah, do a range attack, but give a -1 modifier just because you've just been attacked in close combat.
Sounds reasonable. See, I should have done this before. I think I may have used the wrong dice pool before, because you can switch between using close combat or ranged combat for your incinerator for any of the weapon items in there. So that's my bad on that front. But -1 because we're in close combat. All right, this probably won't be as good as before.
Yeah, you're not able to. Yeah, you hit with 2 points of damage. However, you also are now on fire.
Me?
No, that's Wilson.
Oh.
Wilson, you now have fire intensity on you, basically, since you have been set on fire. And you have no armor, so.
I do have armor. I'm wearing.
Oh yeah. Make your armor roll.
I had that suit on the whole time.
Oh yeah, are you still wearing your suit, Cham?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, also, go ahead and make the roll for your armor suit.
Armor suit. Where would that armor 2? Yeah, there we go. I don't apply any modifiers because I'm an android. No. Oh no, so I still take that damage.
Yep. And Wilson, how'd you do on your roll?
Got 1 success.
Okay, yeah, that basically what you're going to do is that'll take away 1 point, so you take 1 point of damage. You are now, however, on fire with an intensity of 9. So, essentially, each turn after this one, you're going to have 9 dice rolled against you. Those are going to halve each round. So it goes
That's
back to you.
I'm gonna dive into that vent.
Okay. Make a mobility roll.
So honestly, it's humans that I'm more interested in bashing. So.
Yeah, one. Yeah, one thing there. So it's also going to make its roll against. If you want to make your armor roll.
Nope.
Wait. You only got one success in the mobility roll. Yeah. So at this point, as you rush in while you're still on fire, it takes another 2 points of damage. However, like you can make a mobility roll in there to put your basically. At this point, we can switch you over to John's, which I've opened up to you. Wilson and Clayton now own. Well, Wilson is now transformed. Clayton has joined the dead. Cham, you see him dive into that vent. Same as the other one.
Right. So Wilson is no, sorry. So Cham's just going to do a few more shots of flame inside that vent,
Okay.
and just yeah.
All right. Oh, so John, I did not put the actual stats yet. If you want, you can kind of put those in or put them in as needed because you've got the sheet with the stuff. And John should have 2 stress. All right, everybody else, you take the. You're not going to hear the incinerator from up there. You get down to the med lab. All right, so you load Reed's body in there.
And at this point, so we've already been in the med lab, right? And I think it was Kayla that actually grabbed some of the medicine and stuff. So I think we've already kind of cleared that out. And so Officer Miller looks around and doesn't see any like stress relieving meds or anything. And so she's gonna she looks to Davis and Ava and just says, yeah, that's right. I remember Kayla grabbed a bunch of the medicine out of here earlier. Maybe I can find something in one of the crew members' rooms or something. I'm just gonna go off and look for that. Why don't y'all let me know if you find anything on the scan?
Are you sure you should be going around alone? It's harder for me to protect you that way.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I appreciate the concern, Ava. I think maybe you need to stay here and run the scan. You're probably most qualified for that.
Davis, did I actually grab your token?
Sorry, what?
Oh no, yeah, you and John's are. Oh yeah, and Rye. Oh, I moved Cham. I shouldn't have. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong spot. Yeah, if you want to move up to B deck, if you're going with them there.
Yes.
All right, what do you guys do when you're told this?
I think that I'm going to maybe say I don't know that going off by yourself is the best idea, especially now. We don't know how this thing is spread, and it could be really dangerous. And I don't know about that one happen. Maybe just wait until the scan's done.
My nerves are shot. I've got to find something or at least grab a cup of coffee or something like that. It'll be fine, Davis. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I'd be willing to get you a cup of coffee.
No, Ava, really, no. This is. Listen, I appreciate all the concern, but no, I'll be fine. I've got my pistol. It'll be okay. And Miller's gonna walk off at that point.
Yeah, what do you two do? Well, actually, 3 because now John's is with y'all.
I think Davis turns to her company and says, "Well, he is really good at hiding, or she's really good at hiding. So I guess we don't have to be too over."
Mr. Johns, what would you like me to do? Should I go after him or her?
No, I think we should stick together.
All right. I will start with the scan, I guess.
All right. So you want to make a med? Do you have medical aid?
I have a 0 in medical aid.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. So this is one where it'd probably be useful to have someone. Oh yeah. Anyways, as you go through, you're seeing massive changes on a molecular level. There's a moment where something comes out and just consistent with Draconis 26 strain, Draconis 26B strain.
Oh. So was this? Do I remember there being multiple strains?
You are not. I mean, the thing is that the abominations that were created from like distorted bodies of the other ones were very different than the Bloodburster, more like white sort of aliens that you had fought before.
Okay. I'm not familiar with this. I'm not sure how this came about. Am I able to narrow down what? I guess I should be scanning everyone else to see if this strain is within them. Then.
Could be a possibility.
Who would like me to scan them first?
I'll go first.
All
All right.
right. So Leah, as you get in, make a stamina roll because there is a possibility you're going up against. This is the roll that Wilson failed. Oh no, you're going to be fine. You're going to come out with nothing. Yeah, don't worry about the panic roll. As you get in there, and then if Johns gets in there, it'll be the same. I'm not going to make you. Here's your new character. Congrats, they're infected too. You got enough problems right now. Yeah, both of you come up fine. Wilson, or Miller rather, what are you doing at this point?
I am heading up to the various living quarters that are just a little north on the B deck.
Yeah, you're probably going to run into Cham.
Yeah, if I run. Go ahead.
Cham wouldn't have left the room just yet. That's all. So if you're just going up the corridor.
Well, they've also taken a body from one deck below up to the med bay and got stuff in, so that took them a little bit of time.
Oh, okay, right, sure. So I guess in the intervening time. Oh, so what would that took a little bit of time. So that would have given Cham a little bit of time to. So I think Cham's just going to pick up the cutting torch, cutting torch that Wilson had on them.
Yep.
Assuming that they would have dropped it at some point. But then otherwise, just sort of come out of the hallway, I guess. Yeah, you probably bump into Cham at that point.
Okay, and I think Miller seeing you would just be like, oh, hey Cham, hey, everyone's down at the med lab. I'm just looking to see if I can find like a something to calm my nerves a bit. I'm just gonna check real quick in some of these rooms. Maybe you want to head down and meet up with everyone else.
So you can sort of see that that Cham has the incinerator. There's a photo of it in the rule book, and it basically looks like a little gun, basically, with a fuel canister at the bottom.
If you've seen Aliens, it's the one that they carry there. It's the
Right,
same one.
Yeah. So so she's gonna say, to calm you down, Captain, don't look in there. They Flynn and Wilson and Clayton all went berserk. I had to just don't look in there, Captain. Don't even think about going in there.
Miller, make an observation roll.
Observation. Here somewhere. There it is.
Oh wow.
I would say you notice a drop of white blood hits the ground. Go ahead, make a panic roll, and then increase your stress by 1.
Okay.
Yeah, nervous twitch. Yeah, your stress level will go up another one.
Dang.
As he says, as Cham says this, you see just like the drop of white blood from the knuckles, just sort of like hitting the ground.
So he's got his hand on the door, and you can just sort of see it go. Yeah.
Jesus, Cham. What did you do? What's going on?
So I would like to just quickly clarify the situation. It's just Miller in the hallway?
Yeah.
No one else is there?
Oh, Miller.
That's really, that's really brutal. Captain, I don't want to have to show you this, and he's just gonna open the door, and then you'll see Clayton's body on the floor, burnt, not necessarily to a crisp, but like clearly it's being incinerated. And you'll see, I think, did Wilson get through into the vent or just try and climb into it?
No. Wilson got into the vent. The vent's been opened up, and you're also going to see the door to an escape pod that's open.
So you also see like the vent scorched all around it. And he'll say, "Look, Flynn got away, but all these folks, they."
Yeah, Flynn. Oh yeah, Flynn also got away. Yes, sure, you're right. Sorry.
Flynn got away. He was the first to go berserk, but as soon as he picked something up and tried and threw it, and then Wilson just like exploded in range as well. His jaw started to elongate, like go out like this. Captain, I don't know what's going on here. This is insane.
This whole situation's fucked. We got to get out of here.
Well,
there's no salvaging this.
He'll point to the room and say, "Looks like Clayton and Wilson were looking to do a bit of a quick escape plan. So look, that's that pod there. There's an option there for you right there. Don't know how many people it'll hold, but."
So Cham, what are you hoping to get out of all this?
Get out alive.
We've got to get out alive, but
we got to fix that reactor. We got to fix that up quick, smart.
Cham, I don't think that's going to happen anymore. This ship isn't going to make it. The ship is doomed. Now, look, we can't get everyone in that escape pod. But we can get out of here. We can take care of ourselves. We can figure something out.
Right? Captain, not even Leah, not even Davis. Come on, like forget these other people, but like forget the crew of this ship. They were space waste before we even got here. But this, we're gonna leave Leah behind?
No, you're right. Our crew comes first. Go get Davis. I'm gonna go look in these rooms. We need some cash. I'm gonna see if I can find something worth some money to take with us, so we can take care of ourselves when we get out of here. But you get Davis. We're getting in that escape pod. We're getting out of here. If anyone gets in your way, just do what you gotta do.
So yeah, Chem's gonna walk past you and go, all right, you said everyone's in the med bay?
Yeah, they're down in the med bay, scanning Caleb, the body of that Marine that turned.
Okay. What did we get out of it? What did you?
I don't know. I didn't stick around.
Okay. I'll go talk to them and see what the
See if
situation
you
is.
can see if you can get Davis to come out on her own.
All right. So as Chem walks past Miller, he's going to turn around and with the cutting torch just try and take her out from behind.
Okay. Let's do a thing. Let's make an observation roll to see if this is going to be an ambush or not. That would be Chad making a mobility roll, and then Miller make an observation.
Does Miller get any bonuses because they've noticed that I'm bleeding white?
Cham's aware you're an android.
No, Miller is? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead, make your panic roll, but and then make a mobility to see if you can beat that.
Mobility.
You're going to seek cover. Your next action must be to move away from danger and find a safe spot if possible.
That's convenient.
that's either going to be the escape pod or the vent. Yeah. Okay. So to see who goes first, so you notice as the thing comes, as the cutting torch comes up, both of you make an initiative roll. If Miller goes first, Miller could get to safety. So
Wow.
Miller, where do you go? There's a vent, and then there is the escape pod.
Okay, so we're like, I'm thinking we're probably like right here at this like midsection.
Yeah.
Well, so it sounded like you're actually in the room, weren't you? Or had you? Oh yeah, you were right outside.
Just outside in the corridor, right
Oh
outside.
yeah. If you're not in the room, you've got those other places to go as well. Let's actually move both of you just so you can see a little bit better. Yeah, so you'll probably be in here.
Yeah.
Sounds like.
No, I think I'm going into the vents as well.
Okay. You rush into the room and then dive into the vents. Yeah, make your mobility roll.
Which actually, this is at -1, right? Because of the compression suit.
Yeah. Yep,
Man.
that'll work. It's just you as you rush in, you die. Like basically before you can get him, you dive or get Miller. She dives into the vents. Make yourself a panic roll as you start like rushing your way through. Yeah, it's basically once you get deep enough in there, you're gonna freeze for a turn. But that's only once you're out of danger and like deep enough that you've gone kind of around one of the bends. So all those dotted things there, those are the vents. For the three of you who are a little south, what are you doing after the med bay?
Well, successfully scanned these two. I suggest that we go get the rest of the crew and start scanning them.
I agree. That's the best course of action. We have like the intercoms in our suits, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'll probably use those and say, Captain, anybody who can hear me right now, we found something at the med bay. You guys should come quick.
Yeah, both of you get these. Shannon Miller, what do you do?
Jim is going to ignore and not respond, and in fact will probably head further north, back up to the stairwell or junction B1.
All right. What you just sent me on the private.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
Not a problem. Miller, what do you do when you get that?
Yeah, Miller comes back and says, Cham's a fucking synthetic and he's trying to kill everyone.
Leah and John both take a stress. Are we good taking a couple minutes for a bio break right now? Sweet. By the way, I'm assuming I want to make sure everyone's cool with the fact that we've got folks betraying each other at this point. Hell yeah! Like hell yeah! This is. Yeah, I'm like we all kind of signed up for it, but I'm like might as well just check. Cool. We're gonna take like about 5 minutes or so.
Yep.
Sweet.
Sounds great.
Oh, no, you're back.
Michael, quick question. I'm not super familiar with the like canon backstory for Alien Universe. So, is there a corporate war at any point that breaks out? Or?
Oh, there's all sorts of corporate. They're basically you have so there's several corporations that have essentially taken the places of governments.
Yeah.
And there are corporations who will be at war with each other, and for all intents and purposes, these are more powerful than the governments. Like they even print their own money.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Absolutely.
The Weyland-Yutani is the most
powerful.
Yeah, the most powerful of them. So one of the big things is theirs is accepted in more places, as I recall. Like there is a weird amount of background. If the alien, like if you read the Alien the rule book, there's a big chunk of it dedicated to here's what's going on in the universe. Where for the movies, like you don't need all that shit. It's basically set up like you could do campaigns of this where it's like if I was doing a campaign of this, it'd be mostly thrillers until like several stories in when you finally run into aliens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's so much more.
Because the three kind of modes as far as character groups: Colonial Marines, Space Truckers, or what's the third? Space Truckers, Colonial Marines. What is it? Scientists? It might be people like trying to like build up a colony and live. Yeah, Frontier Colonists, Space Truckers, Colonial Marines, and it mentions company reps as one of the possibilities. In my Monday night group, we played a one shot, and I was like, we think about maybe like what if we think of a campaign? They're like a little intense for a campaign. Is where they came out. We'd also just come off of Unknown Armies, which can be fairly intense.
I'm gonna play it one day. Yeah.
Oh God, I was so pissed I didn't find that game until recently. Like when I finally read the third edition, I'm like, how did I miss? Like one of our characters, his thing was he got magic. So you like, if you're a magic type character, you live a certain way, so you become part of like an archetype. Like we had the archetype of the star. She could get people's attention kind of whenever she wanted, and she used the hell out of that. But those are the avatars. The adept, he was a filmmaker who knew all the movie cliches. So when movie cliche stuff happened in game, he would get charges from that. And because they had to murder someone with what's going on, I thought they were probably going to jail. But he has a thing where if he just pulls up like a generic badge, he just has to like rattle off a whole bunch of like what sounds like jargon from the profession. And so he's just like he holds up like a toy badge. He's like, right, been sent by the FBI, been sent by like penal code 8463294 to come and reprimand these into my own custody. Did that, and then he literally goes to a computer and uses one of his spells to just randomly strike anything he wants on the keyboard, and it will let him hack. It's the computer hacking for the movies where it's just like, and then
Swordfish, but in real life.
Yeah, he rolled a critical on that. I'm like, you wiped out literally every record of you ever being in that hotel. Like you just demanded, and also took you off of the systems. Like it was fantastic. Like Unknown Armies was amazing, and the world opened up because at one point they're like, we need to find there's a certain sort of adept who uses like tailoring, like suits and such to create magic. Like we could use someone like that, and I did a little search in Italy, and we found someone who fit it so perfectly. This like weird dude who would only do stuff in his home that like shit tons of people tried to hire. He's like, no, I'm just gonna do my own tailoring. It's like that dude is a tailormancer. Like every time I looked, I found something cool. Like I literally found a town in Texas because I would just bring up. They were Scooby-Dooing across America, and I brought up a map of America. I just closed my eyes, I pointed, and I just zoomed in on Google Earth to a small town in Texas. When I looked it up, there's a literal fucking cult 10 miles away from it. And so we use that cult. Like every time I needed something for that game, the world just provided it. Which was awesome.
That does sound absolutely amazing.
Yeah, Unknown Armies, I highly recommend. It is incredible.
Quick question.
Yep.
The vehicle Davis and Miller took from the Montero over to the Cronus. That's probably just like a short range kind of vehicle, right? You couldn't.
Yeah, it's essentially go from the ship to orbit. Basically, it goes from orbit down to the planet, so you can just put all the stuff on there, take it down. It's easier than trying to get your ship if there's a heavy atmosphere.
Potentially try and take to get back to Earth or whatever from here.
Yeah, it will not take you there. I mean, even if you fix the damage, it is a short range thing. Like unless there's something very close nearby looking for a signal, and you all went pretty far off of the. Like at this point, you're probably realizing, and this is one that I think Wilson had looked up. I can't remember if Wilson told anybody, or I think someone had looked up that you were way the hell off course, and that was actually planned.
Yeah, I
That
think
was Rye who found that out, I believe. And she did tell the rest of the crew.
Yeah. So yeah, it had sent you way off course on purpose. So you are outside of the standard shipping lane. Like the reason they use the standard lanes is in case something goes wrong with the ship, they go into hypersleep with the SOS. Other ships come by, they drop out of hyperspace, rescue them. Like it's dangerous if you're going away from it. All right. So, Cham is headed up, or headed towards the junction. Miller, you are in those vents, and you get that information. You just pass it on. Where are you going? Since you are now in kind of a precarious place.
you're asking Miller.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I really do want to get to the living quarters.
Where do you want to come out?
So
I'm gonna move you and Cham a little bit, just
Yeah.
so you can you can see it a little bit better. Yeah, you went in
and,
kind of
and
here.
are the diamonds the like entry exit points?
Yep.
Okay, well, so I think there's one. The room with the star was the captain's room, right?
Yep.
So yeah, if I can come out in that one.
Make a mobility to see how quiet you are.
Okay. Mobility -1 because of the compression suit.
Yeah, you are relatively quiet as you will come out in the captain's quarters.
And at this point, I really am looking for cash.
Oh yeah, let's go. That's deck
Just as a
B.
Yeah, deck B.
Yeah, you might find a little bit of stuff here and there, but I mean, there's not a lot. There's most of the cash people have is electronic anyway. It's a number on a thing. Yeah,
Okay.
you kind of rustle through and see what you can find. What are the three of you who are just a little bit south now of Miller doing in the med bay?
Do I have the pistol that says my character?
Yep.
Equipment. Okay. And I've got that out, and I guess I'm looking.
What kind of pistol was it? Service pistol?
M4A3.
Yeah, bonus +2, damage 1, range
Yep.
medium.
Given that I had some time, I know I was kind of jumbled up, so I'm not sure I would have really been able to do this, but I'm just wondering, did I have any way of really detecting the aliens?
No, I mean, if there wasn't any of the motion detectors lost power a long time ago.
And my suggestion would be that we start repairs on the ship since these two are healthy, and I don't know, once we get everyone scanned.
Yeah, I think that Davis is a little freaked out, but I think that her number one priority now is just making sure that everyone is together and safe, except for Cham apparently. So I think she's gonna try to find Miller.
I couldn't quite hear you. You're a little bit low.
I think that Davis is gonna try to find Miller. Try to track him.
How are you trying to find Miller?
I guess I'm gonna try to reach out through the suits and Champ's connected to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I know that they were going in the direction of the common or the sleeping areas, so I guess I'll start there.
By yourself?
Hope I get lucky. Yep.
Yeah. What are Johnson and Amy doing? Is
I'm sticking with you.
Yeah, I would be too.
if you guys head up towards the living areas? Yeah, just kind of north of where you're at. Yeah, as you sort of hit out, I'm assuming you're probably going to hear Miller in the captain's quarters, in John's quarters, before too long. And Miller, you're likely to hear some footsteps and stuff out in the hall outside where you're at.
And so Miller does not want to be found and would kind of just stop and go quiet, listen which way they move, and wait to see if they pass by or what they do.
Make a mobility test, and then if John's going to have you make an observation test. See if you hear Miller in there.
I think you heard. Do I need to do a panic roll?
Yeah. So you are trying to be quiet, but you freeze up. As you so something, you kind of bump into something, and you sort of freeze. The three of you hear like something kind of pump to the ground.
Open the door.
Go charging in.
Okay.
And I think you find like Miller here in the captain's room, clearly going through his things. There's like clothes or whatever thrown around. Probably knocked something of his off the shelf, and I just look at yeah, I was just looking for some stress meds. I thought maybe the captain might have some, being that he probably has a lot of stress.
That makes sense. Would you please come with us so that we can scan you? We've discovered that there is a virus within some of the people.
What about Chan? Have y'all seen him?
No, we have not. We were hoping he was with you.
He attacked me. I had to run. Turns out he's a synthetic too. Apparently not the good kind.
You yelled that.
Yeah. I honestly think he might be.
I'm assuming I wouldn't have been able to hear that though. So.
I think he might be more of an issue than getting people scanned right now. He's got a cutting torch, he's got an incinerator, and he's somewhere loose on this ship.
Well,
I must insist you all stay with me.
I think that if he's not attacking us right now, I think that we need to make sure that none of us are going to turn it into problems.
Jan, would you like to announce this?
No, you go ahead.
While you're talking here, at this point you just hear self-destruct in 10 minutes. and then like the lights the lights go out, and then the red emergency lights immediately sort of pop on. Self-destruct in 10 minutes.
Oh,
That's it.
okay. We gotta get out of here. Look, I'm leaving. This whole thing is done for. Look, it's me, Davis, Johns, and Ava, right?
Mm-hmm.
This room. Look, the escape pod. It's gonna have some cryo beds. Let's just all get in, and we'll get out of here. Let Chan build stuff up with the rest of the damn ship.
But what about all the other people on board? The people that aren't turned.
There's literally nobody else.
There's no-
We're
all this left.
Yeah, literally, like literally at this point, the 5 of you are the only people alive on this entire thing.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Let's get out of here.
Do you have a suggestion on how you will escape?
There's the escape pod for company rep is still here. We can use it.
Oh,
Yeah, Miller saw that in the thing you guys.
then why don't you three get in, and I will make sure that Cham can't get to you.
Okay, hey. Mighty kind of you, Ava. Well, maybe we should be moving then?
All right, you get up to the corporate suite. So Cham, you're now in the reactor room. You got that set up. What are you doing? Are you setting up to defend or what?
Quick question, actually.
Yep.
Does this ship have any weapon systems of any kind on it?
Nope. Scientific vessel.
No weapons. Science vessel. That's right.
So if you do pick up, if you like the actual game itself, they do have a thing for ship-to-ship combat.
Do they?
It's just a lot of them just don't have weapons.
That's right. Weapons generally not a good idea. To be honest, I've completely forgotten about the deck, the escape pod on the deck. So,
you also don't know that anybody else knows about it. I mean, Miller didn't see it. Miller both saw it, but Miller already knew about it before.
that's right. No, I pointed it out to Miller.
Yeah. No, but Miller actually found out about it before you said it, because Miller had typed in the thing to like, what's going on? Got those extra successes.
That's right. Yeah. I would probably. Just trying to think here. I think what I would actually end up doing would be sabotaging the coolant tanks, so that even if the reactor was turned off, it would still over time be damaged enough to, like, I try and rupture the tank somehow, or drain them if there was any coolant in them.
For the reactor.
Yeah. So on deck C, there is the reactor itself, which expands up to 2 floors, the next floor above it rather, and also the coolant tank itself on the same level.
You said you want to try to do what to that?
I wanted to sabotage them somehow, so that no matter what, the ship is basically toasted. But I think actually what I'll end up, rather than doing that, I think what I actually want to do is someone's just got to the junction C2 up to B2 and just start looking for anyone else.
Are you locking
Pretty
the room?
confident.
Are you trying to lock the room to the reactor core?
Well, we can't now because it's actually, the door was damaged by the thing.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so
that
would be a pointless endeavor.
Thank you for reminding me.
I'd have to be. Can't believe I remember that detail. I'll be trying to find my way up. Is there any way for me to, like, the reactor core on deck B, is there any way access between there and the junction B2? Can I, like, be climbing up the reactor core?
With junction B2? Because basically there's like a small thing in the reactor core, but beyond that, to actually get into the reactor core itself requires a lot. Like, your best way up is going to be C2.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just gonna go up C2.
C2 leads to B2.
Yeah.
Yeah, so y'all are...
to C2.
So, to make this fun, I think of this as you all are heading like rushing up. You talk about a little bit. You're heading up towards the corporate suite. I'm guessing you're probably like getting towards the corporate suite when you see Cham at the end of the hallway.
Ava, get him!
Eh,
Yeah, so we
no,
can kind
Ava
of
will rush him.
yeah, we kind of get you all here. So we have a synth fight.
Yeah,
She's
fight.
gonna
Synth fight.
basically gonna attempt to tackle him.
I also try to take a shot at him.
All right, so if everyone actually do it. Everyone, go ahead and make a uh,
Initiative
initiative roll. Let me clear these.
Oh.
Oh shit. Yeah, Ava and Leah.
Forgot to grab the token.
I'll just
again.
do this.
Yeah.
Add turn. And for Leah Davis, I will add a turn because you did it just as I.
Yeah.
Ava has 11. Davis 10. That's everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, Ava, you get to go first.
Rush down the hallway.
All right. Yeah, it's gonna basically like you're shortening. So if we get Chan, if you want to move your stuff up to B deck.
Yep, sorry, one sec. Just adding in the cutting torch back into my thing now.
Because I'm assuming we got kind of Miller and Davis, and John's up here. Probably about yay.
Where's Gene gone?
Cham's on B deck already, but
Yeah.
not in the right spot. I
Oh yeah,
think.
Chan probably about here. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so Ava, yeah, where you're at, you you can do your fast move to rush towards, and you're gonna do you in close combat, or do you have a weapon on you?
Doesn't look like it.
All right, you can make a close combat roll.
I wasn't sure if I would have had one or not. So
Probably not. Like if your character doesn't say it, but you haven't picked one up.
yeah, I just put in the stats, so it didn't see anything. I don't think on the actual
Yeah.
sheet when you gave it to me. So close combat. That one didn't seem to work. So that's 2.
Yeah. So Cham, you can make a close combat roll to try to defend, as you are. You'd end up having 3 points of damage coming at you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're gonna. So, yeah, I guess Ava, what do you do, and then Cham, how do you respond so that you're not getting hurt? And this could involve you like getting even knocked into stuff or even hit, but it just doesn't make a difference. It's up to both of you.
So just to clarify, the close combat roll to attack was 2 hits to defend, meaning no damage.
Oh well, no, I'm sorry. Actually, yeah, because it'll be 2 points of
One.
damage being done, and you're soaking 2 with your close combat roll.
I thought you said it was 3 to start with, or
Oh, it's 1 plus a second one for because it's 1 point of damage for fists, I believe. And the thing is, it's just you have more strength as a.
Oh, that's right. Oh, and armor is doubled, and I am still wearing the suit, so I probably should make that armor roll.
You don't need to because that actually took care of it right there. Your close combat roll because you took care of 1 point, which canceled the 1, and then the second one that Ava with the extra success. Or actually, Ava for the extra, well, it'll still be absorbed because you'll be able to stop it from happening.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
All right, and Davis, what do you do?
Yeah, just basically what I was trying to do was tackle him.
Okay. Yeah, Chad, how do you react to the tackle? How does it not like take you out?
So I would actually slide underneath Ava.
Mm-hmm.
So like I would actually try and trip Ava up, or like just sort of duck out the way.
All right. So Davis, what are you doing?
I am going to take out my rifle and start shooting.
Make your roll.
Modifiers, is that like what the bonus?
I'll tell you. I'm guessing you're not worried about hitting Ava.
Okay. Yeah.
Is there 2 cents? Yeah, which yeah, there are no modifiers. Oh shit! How much damage does yours do? Well, what's the base damage?
2.
2, 3, 4. You have 2, 3, 4. You have 6 points coming in. Cham, you can make your armor roll from your suit.
Is this armor piercing?
Oh, yeah, it is armor piercing, so you use half.
Whoa! Damn.
So,
Wow. Alrighty. Let's just roll this. Use a -1 modifier.
so just roll 1, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get 6 points of damage coming towards you. What's your strength?
8.
8. You already took 1 point. You're done what? 1 point of
I'm at
damage.
7. Yeah.
Miller, you're next.
Miller is just running for the escape pod and yells, "Davis, Johns, we're out of here. Let's go."
Make a mobility roll.
-1 for the suits. And then panic roll.
Yeah, make your panic roll. You got 2 successes. That is going to get you actually into the escape pod. Though once you get in there, you're going to flee. You just can't take anymore. You must flee to a safe space. That's literally exactly what you're doing. So yeah, your panic kicks in, and you get the wind of adrenaline underneath you as you just and you are in the escape pod. That takes us to Cham. What are you doing?
So Cham is still fully operational.
Mm-hmm. It's fully operational. Cham. I can hear you. Give me just a second.
So I think, just trying to see the area. I'm just going to have to move people out of the way so I can see what's going on. So Davis is actually a fair way away.
Yep.
Would she be in medium range?
Right now they're at long, but you could use a short action to move to medium.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm just going to ignore Ava basically, and just try and light Davis on fire.
All right, make your roll. You be able to move probably down the hallway and then make your roll.
So, quick question. The flee panic also says any friendly character that sees you run must make an immediate panic roll.
Oh, so I'm guessing at this point you're all together, so we probably have Davis has been firing, so probably isn't seeing you. However, I will say, who does that leave? Miller?
No, Miller.
Johns.
Oh, Johns. You said you were planning on firing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so as they pulled their guns out, it makes sense to me that you were behind all of them. Does that make sense to you, or do you want to be where they can see you?
I'm fine with that. I just wanted. Okay. I wasn't sure if we accidentally missed that. So no, I'm good with that.
Continue. Yeah, they both pulled guns, so they weren't looking at you.
All right. So for this roll for the incinerator, no modifiers.
Correct.
And I've used a short action to get past Ava, and so now I'm gonna just try and burn Leah Davis in the face. Roll 20. 2 hits.
Leah, make your armor roll, which will be, I guess, 2.
Oh,
hit 2 base dice.
Wait.
Yeah, you might need to put 2 in the armor before it'll.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Aha.
All right. You're gonna take one. You're gonna take 3. What is your strength for Leah? You got 3 points of damage hitting you.
I'm looking for strength. Where is that on the character?
It'll be right in the middle of your character sheet. You've got the 4 stats.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I got 2.
Okay, so you have to make a critical roll here. So you've taken 3 points, and you're also on fire for 9. Go ahead and roll 2d6, and we need what the individual numbers are.
Oh.
You can
What
see
that
the one
is-
that put 6.
Oh shit! 66. Impaled heart. Your heart beats for the last time. As it ends up like just like kind of piercing through the armor, and Davis dies. Johns. Yeah, that's going to be, you can make your armor roll, but that's going to be 3 points of damage coming your way.
To me? All
Yeah,
right.
so Cam, or Cham? Cham,
Can
roll
you just get
one.
a story point to
Yeah,
re-roll that?
yeah, you can. It won't matter though, because you only got 2, so the most you can get is 2, which will still have, yeah.
Doesn't matter. I did it anyway.
Roll a
Yep,
d6.
so I'm rolling 1d6.
Yeah, the scents are a little bit different. Ruptured fluid pump. You're going to lose your next slow action. So slow actions include. Yeah, I think that means you're not able to fire or something next turn. Yeah, fast actions are like run, draw weapon, block, grapple attack, retreat. Yeah, you're not going to be able to fire, but you will be able to move. We are back up at the top of that. We have Ava.
Okay. Ava, seeing the amount of damage that Davis took, unfortunately, knows that she's probably not able to be saved being on fire. So I'm assuming she's dropped her weapon at this point.
But that's on the other side of you. To run, it would take your whole turn to run up to where Ava was to grab.
Okay. And I'm still thinking it might. Yeah. So in that case, I will move myself back kind of in between them and Cham then, and try and take a punch at Cham, seeing that he's injured, and see if I can't do anything.
Okay. Make your close combat attack.
I should actually. So I'm at 8 damage. So.
Yeah, roll another d6 as Ava hits you.
That's 6.
System shuts down. Android is torn to shred or crushed. Core systems are severely damaged. The ComTech roll is required to communicate with the android. T-minus 8 minutes till self-destruct. What do our remaining people do?
Mr. Johns, would you like to use the escape pod to, while I see if I can get this shut down?
Yeah, good luck to you, Ava. Yeah, I'm just running and getting in the escape pod.
The 2 of you getting in the escape pod?
Yeah.
All right. And you get in the.
If I do get it shut down, I will recover you.
Wait, the 2 of you launch off? Ava, make a comtech roll. See if you're able to stop the self-destruct. As you sort of like stop the self-destruct, at which point you hear like, and you've got like the ship, like the escape pod, flying away from it. Are you two getting into cryo and hitting the distress beacon? All right, that's like a good place to go to black.
Yep.
Right, the one thing we would see as it kind of goes to black, the ship that had been the sensor ghost, that is the pirate ship that had been like following after you, like kind of docks on, and we see the abominations just sort of like turn, and everything fades to black, and a story.
That was very cool.
Very, very nice.
That did not go how I thought it would at all.
I kept wondering, like, is Cam going to reveal that they're an android?
Well, it was the last episode, it was the last opportunity.
Mm-hmm. You were so, with Leah's shot, I was like, you were so close to killing him. Like, you were so close to killing him with that, or at least.
Mm-hmm. That was incredible. If that hadn't gone that well, this might have turned out very differently.
Mm-hmm. And then so I've run this twice, but I've never got, like, this was the one where I'm going, okay, there might be a chance we'll use the third ship, which is the sensor blip that keeps appearing, because there's 4 people on it that have been, basically, we're trailing the Montero to try to steal its stuff. And then, like, so it's one of those things where you could then, if another person had died and there was still time, they'd have popped into the other ship as they're about to board, having no clue what they're about to get into.
Wow. Yeah. I did have an idea. I should have done this differently, to be honest. I should have said I was going to go to Mother, not to the reactor core, and tell Mother to destruct the ship and then break the key, because I still had the captain's key from like the first session.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, it worked out pretty well at the end. I'm very happy with the result.
Oh, that was cool.
A little bit earlier than anticipated, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, the other 2 times I've run it, this one has gotten to the point where we just weren't able, because we had 2 sessions.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have that extra time for the betrayals to start.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Because to me, this is a 3-session game.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, shit, y'all had a lot of fun with that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's fun.
Let's stop the recording here.